Good evening, students. Welcome to Byju's exam prep. Today in this session, I'm going to start simple interest topic. I will teach you both simple and compound, both. Let's start with the simple one, which is simple interest. I will discuss the basic part first, then I will explain the questions. Then we will discuss the questions. Good evening, Indrajit, Soumya, Tanvi, Kushi, Ashwari, Narinder, Rosie, Meenakshi, Ishita, Suri, Arpita, Mr. Ram, Salim Qureshi. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am great, Kushi. How are you? Karina, good evening. Mr. Yera, good evening. Sagar, Arpita, Sheetal, good evening. Sonali, good evening. Chaliye, let's start the session. Simple interest. Simple interest. With the name, you can see this is quite simple. Whenever students used to think about simple interest, only thing coming in their mind is principal into rate into time by rate. This is the only thing which student used to think. P into R into T upon rate. Yes, this is good. But do I need to apply formula everywhere? Try to skip the formulas. I will tell you how you can skip. Let's suppose if principal is 40,000 rupees, rate of interest is 10% per annum. Time is 3 years. Total simple interest you are supposed to find out. Okay. Principal is the money which person used to deposit, person used to give on interest. This is principal. The rate will decide how much interest the person is going to get on that particular money. For how much time the person has given the money or deposited the money in the bank, this is the time. So P into R into T upon 100, so it's used to put the value and then you to get the answer. But understanding, where is understanding? How will you come to know that what is the meaning of this question? It is about if you have given 40,000 rupees to the bank, bank is demanding 10%, mean to say 1 by 10 as the interest. In how much time? It is per annum, means in 1 year. In 1 year, the bank is giving you 1/10 as interest to the principal. As it is simple, every year interest will be calculated on principal. Every year interest will be same. This is the main thing about simple interest. Okay. There are two things. One is amount, other is simple interest. Few of you have given me the answer as value of amount. Few of you have given me the right answer as well. So first you should understand the difference between these two as well. Interest and amount are two different things. Interest, when added to principal, then you will get amount. Is this clear? If interest is added to principal, that will give you amount. Okay. So let's see. I'm telling you, for this particular example, if 40,000 rupees is the principal, 1 by 10 is the rate, 3 years is the time, what will you think? So you must calculate on your fingers first. 40,000, 1 by 10 is the interest, 40,000 ka 1 by 10. It means how much is the interest? 4,000 rupees. Is this clear? 40,000 is principal, 1 by 10 is the rate, so 40,000 ka 1 by 10, it means 4,000 is the interest. That's it. 10% of 40,000. Next year also, the interest will be 40,000 ka 1 by 10, 4,000. Next year also, 40,000 ka 10% means 4,000. So total interest is 444. Total interest is 12,000 rupees. Is this point clear to everyone? This is first year, this is second year, this is third year. So total all years together, the total interest is 12,000 rupees. Okay, beta. So total simple interest is equal to, either you can use formula or you can find out in your mind, or you can think if 10% is the interest in 1 year I'm going to get, just listen my words, everything will come in your mind and everything will be clear to you for sure. This is my guarantee. If you will listen carefully, every single sentence and word, whatever I used to speak, it is important. If you will skip even a single word, connection will break and you will not understand. So listening is more important. You can take the screenshot at time, just listen right now. If rate of interest is 10%, so you are going to get 10% as the interest in 1 year. But as the money is deposited for 3 years, so total interest will be how much? Total interest will be how much? 10% in 1 year. So 3 years, the total interest will be 30%. So 40,000 ka 30% if you will directly find out, you can directly say in one single step that 12,000 rupees is the total interest. Is this clear? By understanding 10% is the rate, 3 years, 10, 10, 10, or 10 into 3 directly you could say. 30% is the interest you are going to get. 40,000 ka 30% is 12,000. That's it. Is this clear to everyone? The point is very simple, but you are going to use this point at many questions. In many questions you are going to use it. Okay. Then come to, if I will talk about amount, if 40,000 is the principal, if 30% is the interest, either you can find out 30% first, 12,000, add into 40,000, you will get 40 plus 12 is 52,000. Else you could do one thing, else you could do one more thing, that directly find out 130% of 40,000 ka 130%, because 30% is the interest. 40,000 ka 130% means 13 4 52. So 52,000 rupees is the total. Okay. But if you will remove percentage, you will apply 100 in the numerator, then you will solve it, then you will get 12,000. Obvious, but obvious, Gaurav, but obvious. Yes. Okay. Yes, 130% Mr. Hira, Ishita, beta, the principal, the person is going to get the principal and going to interest as well. So 40,000 is the principal. The value itself, it is 100%, everybody knows. If I'm supposed to calculate how much interest the person is getting, so 40,000 ka 30%. And how much interest the person is going to get, so 40,000 he is going to get, in fact 30% as interest. So total money, 100% is the principal, 30% is the interest. So total money he is going to get after this, it is 130%. Is this clear? Tanu, Hira, Divya, is this clear? Okay, clear, good, good, great. Let's discuss more questions. You will be more clear. Let's suppose principal is 60,000 rupees. The rate is 20%. The time is 2 years. What do you say? Find final amount after 2 years. Tell me first. Principal is 60,000. Rate is 12% per annum. Time is 2 years. Find the amount in this case. So 20% 2 year, it means 40% is the interest. 40% is the interest. So 60,000 is the principal. 40% is the interest. It means you are supposed to find out directly 140% of this. Okay. So 60,000 ka 140%, 14 6 are 84. So 84,000 rupees is the final amount. Divya, you have given me the value for simple interest. I'm asking amount. Two different things. Two different things. Khayati, 14 6 are 84 beta. It is not 92. Divya, Rishika, do you understand? Praveen, Arpita, do you understand? Nikita, do you understand? Okay. These are the students who made the mistake. I think they are also clear with this. I'm giving you more example. Just do it until you don't understand these things. It will be difficult to come to the questions. Okay. 30,000 is the principal. The rate is 15% per annum. Time is 4 years. So what do you say? What is total simple interest? Tell me first. Everybody tell me first. Okay, Amit. Amit is asking one more time explanation. I'm giving you the explanation. Just concentrate. I'm telling you, if you are concentrate, just one time is more than sufficient to explain. Beta, Mr. Yera, but I'm teaching you concentrate on that. I will teach you every type of example. Don't worry. So 30,000, don't give me the answer for amount. I'm asking interest you are giving me the value for amount. What is that? Many students are confused. Many students are still confused. Are you not concentrate? I'm asking simple interest and you are telling me amount value. Why? Why, beta? Why? Who is Nikita? Nikita is saying 18 lakh. What is that? क्यों कॉमेडी कर रहे हो बेटा? 18 lakh. Where is 18 lakh? Okay. So 15% is the interest per annum. 4 years is the time. So total interest will be equal to 60%. Okay, beta? Is this clear to everyone? If 30,000 is the principal and 60% is the interest, so 60% of 30,000 we can calculate 60 by 100. 2 zeros, 2 zeros cancel out. So we got 18,000 rupees. This is total simple interest. Okay. Okay, beta? Is this clear? Let's come to find out simple interest. Tell me fast, everyone. Tell me what will be the answer. 25,000 is the principal. 25% is the rate of interest. Time is 2 years. Find out the simple interest. Tell me. I cancel out the zeros at least. Few of you are just doing it. In flow. Ishita, this is not 10,000 beta. Ajay, this is not 30,000 beta. Rishika, this is not. Okay. 25,000 is the principal. 25% is the rate. 2 years is the time. So beta, 50% is the interest. So 50% of this you can calculate. 2 zeros cancel out. So 25 finds are 125 zeros. 12,500 is the total interest. Now if they will ask amount, either you can, I'm telling you either or. Either you can directly find out 25,000 ka 150%. If you find this one as calculative, so directly add 12,500 in 25,000. 25,000 is the principal. 12,500 is the interest. So 37,500 is the total amount. Is this clear? Okay. Now you are clear. Okay, great. Two things only you need to understand. One is about simple interest, other is about amount. If you understand these 2 points, you are going to use these things further as well. Tell me 12 1 by 2%. If you find this term, how much is the value? 1 by 8. 14 2 by 7% means 1 by 7. 16 2 by 3% means 1 by 6. 11 1 by 9% means 1 by 9. 9 1 by 11% means 1 by 11. 8 1 by 3% means 1 by 12. So these are the terms. These are 6 different terms. So you can use it. 1 by 8, 1 by 7, 1 by 6, 1 by 9, 1 by 11, 1 by 12. Okay. Tanvi, I can explain 1 to 2 terms. I have already explained in percentage. So I can explain 1 to 2 terms. Remaining you will be able to understand. Okay. Okay. If 12 1 by 2% is given in percentage, so what will you do? It's a mixed fraction. 12 2s are 24. What you are supposed to do? Multiply these two. 2 12s are 24 plus 1, 25 by. You solve this fraction. Remove percentage. You will get 100 in the denominator. 25 4s are 4 2s are 8. So you got 1 by 8. You will cancel out 25 4s are 4 2s are 8. So you got 1 by 8. Same as if you will get 16 2 by 3%. What will you do, beta? 16 3s are 48 plus 2 50. 50 by 3. Remove percentage. You will get 100 in the denominator. 50 2s are 100. So you will get 1 by 6. Okay. So 1 by 6 is the value of this case. 1 by 6. Now we can discuss about questions. Let's start. Remove percentage, Mr. Yera. Remove percentage, you will have to take 100 in the denominator. Okay. Everybody do it. Refresh or restart your system, Mr. Raman. Everything is fine from my side. D option is absolutely right. D option is absolutely right. Okay. Let's discuss this question. When two equal amounts are deposited for 5 and 3 years at rate of 7%, 9% per annum. So difference between their simple interest is 475. Find the deposited amount. So I can tell you one thing. In first case, the time is 5 years. The rate is 7%. So how much is that total interest? 35%. 5 sevens are 35%. Second case, this is 3 year. The rate is 9%. 9 threes are 27%. Okay. Is this clear? The first case, the second case, do you understand? 5 year, 7%. 9% 3 year, 27%, 35%. So the gap between these two is 8%. Do you understand? The gap is 8%. Is this clear? Let money deposited is equal to P. In this case, P is the principal. In this case, P is the principal. Why? Because the question is saying the same thing. Do you understand this thing? That 5 sevens are 35. I have taken the things I have already explained before. You can see what I have done. I just multiplied rate and time in this case. I just multiplied rate and time in this, rate and time in this. The same thing I'm doing. Same thing I'm using. Okay. So I got 5 year 7%. It means 35%. 9% 3 year 27%. So gap of 8%. So P is the principal in the first case. P is the principal in the second case. P ka 35%. P ka 27%. So gap of 8% is there. Principal ka 8% is 475 rupees. So what will you say? How much? 8%, 8 will come down and 100 will go up. Okay, you can solve it. You will get 5,937.50 rupees. Okay, so D option is absolutely right. So note down the same. Everybody take the screenshot. I will move to the next example. Let's move to next example. Gaurav, as you're asking, how can we efficiently calculate an exam? With practice, you will be able to do it. With practice, you can do it. Without practice, it is very difficult. With practice, it is very simple. So that is the only thing that practice will work. Let's come to next example. Yes, now you will take time to solve these questions, Gaurav. But once practice is done, your time will reduce and you will be able to do it. If I might be doing it, I would directly do in my mind 35, 27, 8% is the gap. So principal 8% is equal to this much. So with practice, you will come to know. Read the question, Rishika, carefully. Then if you are not able to do any of the question, just read it once or twice. That depends upon you. You can just read the question carefully. Definitely, you will understand. I will explain, no need to worry. A option is absolutely right. Let's see how to do. Can you see the difference? The money is deposited for 2 years. It will become 918. This is amount. If deposited for 3.5 years, it will become 969. So what do you feel? How much is the difference? Difference of 1.5 year. Difference of 1.5 year. Okay. How much is the difference now in this case? The time gap is how much? If somebody deposited the money for 3.5 year and other person deposited the money for 2 years, so difference is 1.5 year. How much is the gap? So this is 51 rupees. Simple interest, the gap is equal to 51 rupees, isn't it? Okay. It means in 1.5 year, simple interest is equal to 51 rupees. Okay. In 1.5 year, simple interest is 51 rupees. This is quite simple, visible to everyone. You can see the difference between time. You can subtract 1.5 year. The difference between interest is 51 rupees. So in 1.5 year, simple interest is 51 rupees. So in 1 year, can you calculate? In 1 year, simple interest will be how much? You can see 51. 1.5 will come down. 1.5 decimal, if you remove, it will go up. Okay. So 5 3s are 5 2s are 3 17s are 34 rupees. 2 year simple interest. 1 year simple interest is 34. 2 year simple interest will be equal to 68 rupees. Is this point clear to everyone? Obviously, it will be clear to you that difference between amount is 51 rupees. It means 51 rupees extra interest was there. Time gap is 1.5 year. That is also visible to you. 1.5 year simple interest is 51. So 1 year simple interest will be 34. So 2 year simple interest will be 68. Isn't it? That's clear to everyone. Now what? Now you are supposed to find out principal. After 2 year, amount will be as amount is given as 918 rupees. And interest in 2 year is 68 rupees. So what about principal? What about principal? Tell me fast. Amount is 918. Interest in 2 years is 68. So you can easily find out principal. This is also clear to you. Because we know in 2 year, simple interest is 68. In 2 year, amount is this much. Amount minus interest will give you principal. Is this clear? Now, one more thing you will have to remember always. Beta rate of interest is equal to interest by principal into 100. Okay, beta. Now, interest in 1 year is how much? Interest in 1 year is how much? 34. Principal is how much? 850 into 100 will give you rate of interest. Okay. Okay, beta. 4% is the rate. A option is right. Everybody can do it. Okay. Just take the screenshot and okay, rate I will explain again. I know, but this is not confusive. The gap between these two is 51 rupees. Okay, Ajay. The gap between these two is 51. The gap between these two is 1.5. So it means 1.5 year interest is 51. So 1 year interest will be 34. 1 year interest is 34. So 2 years is quite simple. Multiply with 2, it is 68. Now amount after 2 years is given as 918. It is amount after 2 years. 2 years simple interest is 68. If you will subtract, you will come to know the principal. Interest by principal into 100. Interest is 34 in 1 year. Principal is 850 into 100. That's it. Okay. Okay, Rishika, Ajay. Let's move to next example now. Let's come to next example now. Just do it. Principal is principal. Principal is not about 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Principal is principal. Rate, when you're calculating rate, just take interest of 1 year. Interest of 1 year by principal into 100. In 1 year, how much interest you got? Principal you calculated into 100 will give you rate percentage. Anytime, this is the way to calculate rate. Just put simple interest of 1 year by principal into 100. That's it. Okay. Let's move to next example. So answer me this question. B option is absolutely right. Very good. Many students have answered this question. If in 13 years a fixed sum doubles at simple interest, a fixed sum become double, what will be the rate of interest per annum? So if money become double, what do you understand by that? If I will say the person deposited the money is 100 rupees, it will become amount. Okay. If principal is 100 rupees, principal, the money deposited is 100 rupees. It will become amount as twice, double as 200. So simple interest will be equal to 100 rupees. Okay. Money deposited is principal. It will become amount as it is saying. It become double. 100 deposited will become 200. Interest is 100 rupees. Okay. So rate I just explained, but it will be in 13 years as time is 13 years. In 13 years, this is the value. Okay. So rate will be interest by principal into 100. So we got 100%. But is this per annum? Is this per annum? Tell me, everyone. No, it is happening in 13 years. So 100 by 13. 13 sevens are 91. 13 sevens are 91. Then come to 13 sixes are, right? And then 7.6. B option is absolutely everything. I could do it verbally as well. Once you are practiced, then you could do it verbally. Money become double means 100 become 200. So 100 is the interest. So it means 100% is the interest. I will make this question very simple. Just take the screenshot first. Just take the screenshot first. I will make this question simple. Pen free. Yes. Yes, this question will be pen free. Don't worry. Come to this one again. If I will let you know that money become double, it means 1 become 2, 100 become 200. So it means 100% is the interest. Okay. In 13 years, so divide by 13. So rate 1 year rate 7.69%. That's it. If I will tell you that money become 5 times in 10 years. Money become 5 times in 10 years. Find rate of interest per annum. Tell me fast. Money become 5 times in 10 years. Find rate of interest per annum. So no need to think about it. 100 become 500. So 400% is clearly visible. So 401 become 5 means 400% is the interest. So time is 10 years. So per annum you are supposed to find out. So 40% per annum. That's it. Money become 5 times means 100 become 500. So the gap between these two, 400 is the interest. This is the rate of interest. But for 10 years. So 1 year will be 40%. Just take the screenshot of this one as well. No. Beta, 100 I deposited, I got 500. It means 400 I got the. How much interest I got? This is the rate. Tell me. If I will give you 100 rupees and you give me 500, how much interest I got? 400. So this much is the rate. Okay. Because 400 is the interest, but principal it was 100 multiply 100. So in rate you got 400%. Yes. Okay. So money become, if I will ask you, money become 7 times in 30 years. Find rate percent per annum at simple interest. Tell me. Clearly visible. It is pen free. It is just 5 seconds now. Do you understand? The first time I took time to explain this question. Now it has become very simple. It becomes 7 times means 100 becomes 700. 600 is the interest. So 600% in 30 years. Okay. 20% per annum is the rate. That's it. Okay. Let's move to next. Every question can be simple. You just need to practice. Okay. That's great, Rishika. Do this question, everyone. If I will use formula, I will make it complicated. If I will use direct way, I can make it simple. A option is right. Everybody can see. The first case is visible to you. The first case is visible to you. 2 year, 4%. 8% is the total interest. The second case, 2 year, and how much? 6.25% is the rate. So how much is the rate? How much is the interest? 12.5%. So you can see the difference between these two. The gap of 4.5%. The gap of 4.5% is there. Do you understand? If somebody deposited, if somebody took the money, if I took the money from you for 2 years at 4%, so total interest I'm supposed to give after 2 years is 4 to 8%. I will give you 8% interest after 1 year. What about next? I took this money from you. Total interest I'm supposed to give you 8%. I gave it to somebody else at 6.25% for 2 years. So 6.25 2 years means 12.5% is the interest. So I am supposed to pay 8% interest. I am supposed to get 12.5% interest. So how much is the gap? The gap of 4.5%. This is the interest. Okay. This is the profit I'm going to get in between this transaction. Is this clear or not? Is this point clear or not? 2 year 4%. 8% is the total interest I'm supposed to give. If I give it to other person, 12.5% is the total interest I'm going to get. So guys, the gap between these two is 4.5. Okay. So 4.5% is the total interest I'm going to get. On what? On principal? Obviously 8,000. Okay. Yes, exactly. Find the total profit in this transaction. 5,000, sorry. I'm writing 8,000. I don't know. It is 5,000. So 5 5s are 25. 5 4s are 20. So 225 rupees is the total profit. Isn't it? It is the total profit. As the question is demanding per year. So divide by 2. In 2 years, I'm getting this much profit. Divide by 2 will give you 112.50 rupees as the profit. Okay. Note down the same. Okay, beta. Just note down this one. For 2 years it was. I will give you easy way to do that now. It's simple. It is also simple. It is the understanding. Because students, if I directly give you the way, so you won't understand. So I need to explain sometimes. Then I can move further. Okay. Let's see now what. Okay. Have you taken the screenshot? Chali, let's see now. In this case, the time is 2 years. The time is 2 years. But in 1 year, how much interest I am supposed to pay? In 1 year, how much interest I am supposed to pay? 4%. If I took the money from you, I am supposed to pay 4% interest. If I give it to somebody else at 6.25, so I am getting 6.25% in 1 year, isn't it? This much interest I am getting after 1 year. This much interest I am supposed to give you. So how much is the gap? 2.25. So total money 5,000 rupees. I will pay 4% and I will get 6.25. So how much is the gap? 2.25% is the gap. This is my profit. I will give 4%. I will take 6.25. So gap of 2.25% will give you total profit. That's it. Now clear to everyone? Because they are asking for per year. That's it. Nice approach. Thank you, Yashwant. Let's move to next example now. Thank you, Tanu. Ishita. Chali, great. Let's move to next example now. Many of you find the things difficult because practice is less. Practice is less. So now he's asking how 2.25. Beta 6.25% the person is getting. He was supposed to give 4%. So gap of these two is 2.25. Okay, Sonali. The last question. Now come to this one. D option is absolutely right. D option absolutely right. The rate is 5%. The time is 8 years. So total interest, it is 40%. Whatever the principal is there, 40% is the interest, which is equal to 840. Okay. But you can find out easily the principal value. The principal we got 2,100 rupees. Okay. At what rate of interest, same amount of interest can be received on the same sum after 5 years. So principal you got 2,100 rupees. Is this clear, guys? Yes, 5%, 8 years. Okay. But I will suggest you one more thing. That leave it. One way they are saying they want to get same interest. Simple interest in the first case should be equal to simple interest on second case. That the question is asking. That the question is demanding. Okay. Interest on first, interest on second is equal. That the question is demanding. In the first case, whatever the interest is there, the second case interest should be same. As we know, same sum they are saying. Principal is equal on both sides. As the rate is 5%, time is 8 years. In this case, rate you do not know, but time is 5 years. What do you say? How much rate should be there? Because here you are getting 40% as the interest. Here also you should get the 40%. Isn't this 8%? This is about your understanding. That's it. First case, 5%, 8 year, 40%. Next year, 5 year into rate R percent. Product should be same, 40%. It should also be 40%. So 5 year will divide 40%. Rate of interest will be 8%. Why I'm doing it? Because principal is same. Interest they want same for both. First case, second case. Interest should be equal for both. That's why I did it. Okay. This is clear. Let's come to the next. Now, come to this one question first. Come to this question first. Do it. C option is right. Good. C option is absolutely right. Sum of money become twice in 5 year 4 months. What will be the yearly rate of interest? One thing is clear to you. If money become twice, 100 become 300. So 200 is the interest. So total rate is 200%. Is this clear or not? No. Aman, just listen. 200% is the total rate. Is this clear? Yes. The time is 5 year 4 months. 4 months you will have to change it to year, divide by 12. 4 3s are 3 5s are 15 plus 1 16. So 16 by 3. The total time is 16 by 3 year. That's it. So this will give you 8%. Just calculate. Now at least you can. Everybody can calculate now. Just do it. Everybody do it. Divya, beta, I explained number of questions on this. I told you na, if money become thrice, money become thrice. Thrice means what? 100 become 300. So 200 is the interest. By 100 into 100 will give you total rate as 200%. 100 become 300, it means 200% is the rate. If money become 7 times, so how much percentage will be? Will be the rate? 600%. Okay. Let's come to this one. 16 by 3 is the time. 16 by 3 is the time. Money become thrice means rate is 200%. 200 by 16 into 100. 4 4s are, or you can say 8 2s are, 8 25s are. 75 by 2, 37.5 is the rate. Okay, rate is 37.5. Just move on. Let's come to the next one. I have not used the formula till. I have not used in a single formula till. I just use the logical mind, the logical simple approach. Maybe we can use it. We should try to skip. But when it is required, you will have to use. When information is less, you will have to use it. Okay. B option is absolutely right. A person lent certain sum of money at 10% per annum. In 20 years, the interest amounts to 500 more than the money lent. What was the sum lent? Now use the formula. Simple interest is equal to what? Principal into rate into time by. The person lent certain sum of money at 10% per annum simple interest. In 20 years, the interest amounted to rupees 500 more than the sum lent. Simple interest is equal to. No video audio. Parkuran, beta, you will have to refresh your system. You will have to refresh your system. Okay. Now, the simple interest amounted to rupees 500 more than the money deposited. It means simple interest and principal. The difference is equal to 500 rupees. Okay. The simple interest is principal into rate into time upon 100 minus B is equal to 500. So whatever the principal is there, time is 20 here, rate is 10, so 20% minus B is equal to 500. Okay. You don't understand the language. Okay, somebody, if let's suppose I deposited a certain sum of money at 10% at simple interest. In 20 years, the interest amounted to rupees 500 more than the money lent. Whatever the money you deposited, it is 500, the interest you got is 500 more than principal deposited. Okay, what they are saying, you can see, whatever the interest is there, after 20 years, it is 500 more than the principal you deposited. Okay. If you deposited, let's suppose 1,000 rupees, after a few years, after R8%, the money will become 1,500 rupees. Interest will become 1,500 rupees. Okay. So interest is how much more than principal? 500 more. I'm just taking an example. I'm not saying this is 1,000 1,500. I'm just taking an example. If you deposit 1,000 rupees in the bank and you got 1,500 as the interest, it means interest is 500 more than principal. Is this clear? Tanvi, tell me. Okay. No, principal is 1. In this case, whatever the principal is there, rate is 10%. Simple interest, everybody know. Principal into rate into time upon rate. Principal is there, rate is 10%, time is 20 year by 100. So principal ka, how much percentage is there? Principal ka, how much percentage is there? 200%. Principal ka, 200% minus principal. Okay, is equal to 500. 200% means if you will divide by 100, you got twice of P. If you will solve it, you will get 2P. Okay. Interest, if you will calculate, principal is P, rate is 10%, time is 20 year by 100. If you will calculate, you will get 2P as the interest. Principal is P. This is interest, this is principal. The gap is 500. Principal will be 500 rupees. That's it. Don't have to see. Okay, beta. Let's go next. $3,600 is the interest. Principal is 12,000 into 100. Okay. So you got rate as 20%, isn't it? But this rate is for how many years? A option is absolutely right. This rate is for 5 years. So 8% per annum will be 6%. That's it. Finish. The rate will be 6%. Clear now? Is this clear now? Okay, that's great. Let's move next. Do this one. Very good, Tanu. Good. Very good. This is nice. चलिए. C option is absolutely right. Everybody can see. Money become triple. Money become triple means if principal is 100 rupees, it will amount 300. Principal is 100, amount will be 300. So how much is the interest? 200. Okay. The time taken is 5 years. In 5 year, 100 become 300. So 200 is the interest. So I can say simple interest per year. 5 fours are 20, 40 rupees. Now, if money become 100 become how much? 100 become how much? Or you can say this is clearly visible. If time is 5 year, the interest is clearly visible as 200, isn't it? 100 become 300. So it means 200 is the interest in 5 years. They want the interest to be 500. Money to be 500, 5 times. 100 become 500. So interest will be how much? Tell me 400. Yes or no? Do you understand these 2 points? If you understand, question is simple then. If 100 is the principal, it becomes 300. Time is 5 years. 100 become 300 means 200 is the interest. The time is 5 years. 100 become 5 times means 400 is the interest. To get 200 interest, the time is 5 years. To get 400 interest, time will be double. How much? 10 years. Okay. To get 200 interest, 5 years is the time. To get 400 interest, how much is the time? Exactly double. 10 years. Isn't it? Okay. Let's move to next. Tanu, very good. You're getting the right answer. Good. C option is right. Very good. Now just look at this. 3,000 become 4,200. 3,000 the person deposited. It will become 4,200. So how much is the interest? Interest is how much? Interest is 1,200 rupees. And what about time? This is the interest in 4 years. Okay. So how much? Or else you can say if interest is 1,200, so 1,200 is the interest. By principal is how much? 3,000 into 100 will give you rate. Okay. Will give you rate. So these two cancel. 3 fours are 40%. Is this clear? So interest is clearly visible. 3,000 become 4,200. So 1,200 is the interest upon 3,000 into 100. So 40% is the rate. 40% is the rate, but time is 4 years now. So that's why rate is 10%. Okay, note down this one as well. Note down this one as well. There is no use of half yearly simple interest. You can cancel out this line. There is no use. In compound interest, there is a difference. There is no use of half yearly. There is no benefit of looking at this. Okay, there's only one thing you will have to remember, that interest is per annum, right? Okay. Till now, any doubt, any query, any confusion? Just let me know. Anyone? Anyone? Any doubt, any query, anything you want to ask? All clear. That's great. With practice, Amit is asking how to overcome these confusing lines. With practice, you can do it. But I need more practice. Yes, obviously, Rishika. She is saying no confusion, but more practice is required, obviously. Increase my calculation. There is no calculation. 40 by 4 is a small calculation. Have you seen any of the calculation in these questions? Calculation is not there. Just understanding of question should be there. Language, understand the language, then practice the questions. Clear explanation from your side. Thank you. In half yearly, there is no use of that thing. If I will say in half yearly, the rate is yearly is 10%, half yearly is 5%. So what is the difference? In compound interest, if half yearly is 5%, complete 1 year is not 10%. There's a difference. Okay. What we need to practice, you need to practice the questions I explained today. My personal suggestion to everyone, you need to revise the questions I have explained you today. And one more thing I expect, parallel to my picture, you just click on the link and fill the feedback. Fill the feedback. You can see my video on left of the corner. There's a link. Press on the link. Everybody must fill the rating. Must fill the rating. Thank you. 5 star. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav, Tanu, Ishita. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So if I want to talk to you, can you respond in Telegram? Which Telegram group are you talking about? Is there any particular Telegram group in your batch? Is there any particular Telegram? Everybody must fill the feedback. Few of you have done. Few of you still left. Telegram. In link of course. Okay. In link of course. I will check it. I have not checked it yet. Best teaching. Thanks a lot, Sajid. Always welcome, Divya. 21 दिन के बाद पैसा डबल. Nimish, great. Okay, guys, see you in the next class. Next class, I will continue the same topic, but I expect everyone. This is my personal suggestion. If you are coming without practice these questions, if you don't want to practice anything else, just leave it. Just practice the questions I have explained. Understand the concept which I have explained. Okay. I'm clear. Weak in maths. Can I clear the exam? For sure, you can clear. If you are not good at maths, if you want to be great, very good at maths, so must practice and be regular in my sessions. Okay, beta. Aman is asking for leadership. Okay, this is the leadership one, beta. Okay, you are at the top. Don't worry. So here I asking, yes, I am weak in maths. No need to worry, Mr. Hira Ganesh. Beta, you have no need to worry. This is not about Monday. When I start learning driving now, I was thinking that I cannot learn it. This thing comes in every mind. We are human being. When we are going to start any new thing, the negativity used to come in the mind. We'll have to stop that negativity. You will say, no, sir, actually it is difficult. This is the feeling that I used to think the same thing when I start driving. So I used to think, it is not possible. It is why people are saying this is simple. It is very difficult, very difficult. Whatever you will go to learn now. If it is not difficult, it is no use. If it is difficult, there is a use. I'm not asking you to climb on the mountains. I'm just asking you to just revise what I'm giving you. It is 10 months course. 10 months means one complete year almost. So in 1 year you can crack it for sure. But faith on me, revise the complete what I used to teach, be regular. Okay. So if you are confused in any of the questions which I told you today, just watch the complete recording and revise the complete. See you in the next class.